Hello and welcome to this beautiful video where I'm going to go over my newsletter and invite you to join my school so I can make a ton of money. Joking aside, I do want to talk about what's going on in the economy when it comes to AI agents and tech. I used to be in tech. This morning, I got a job offer for a web developer position, and it was fake. It was a phishing scam. Um, I think it's harder and harder to get office jobs and sort of tech positions due to certain things going on in the economy. And I'm going to talk about the opportunity and what I'm doing. And I don't know really if it's the right thing what I'm doing, and I'm just going to share what I'm doing so that hopefully you can get some value about it. So number one is that we have something called ClawdBot right now. ClawdBot is an AI that can do anything a human can on the computer, and it is very resourceful. So if you wanted to apply to jobs for you, you can. If you wanted to book a flight for you, it can, and it has access to all your files. So this makes for an interesting situation for office jobs, because a lot of office jobs, administration work, often is useful because that was the best way to solve a problem in terms of doing the administration work of a company. But now we have ClawdBot, which is a lot cheaper. So now we have, remove this. So now we have AI agents that can do knowledge work. It is still a little bit clunky, and I've been waiting for it to get to where it is at right now. But the way I think technology is going, we're going to go from clunky to beyond. It can do anything in about 1 or 2 years, which poses the question, what's going to happen to the jobs? Because I've already heard a lot of old jobs closing up, and what are the new jobs going to be? Are there going to be new jobs? And the big issue that I see here is people who have already attained a good level of wealth, they own corporations, and they no longer need intelligence to solve their problems. Intelligence has become a commodity. So I know in the US, the there is some sort of initiative with AI being added to education, but from my experience, we've seen the education industry drop the ball so many times and missing being able to give people the right tools to be able to earn money in the economy. So, but anyways, I'm going to talk about what's his name? Alex Finn. He's starting his own AI company, and I think like that's where we're going to be forced to go. It's not that we can't generate value. I feel like we're going to be forced into entrepreneurship because there's no reason to hire somebody with this much leverage. Now, robots are also on the way. They're not in sight yet. Technically, they are in sight. I see a Waymo car driving itself every day. But what happens to our role when everything we can do can be done better? And I think it's just going to open up. Entrepreneurship is going to become so easy at some point that you can go, with the help of AI, start a company. Now, when I try to tackle that whole thing, it is kind of complex, and the tech is like clunky, so it's not fully there yet. But I am thinking out about sharing a tool to help you build an audience first, because if we have no distribution, you can't sell a product. And I feel like that's a solid way to generate um, an income for yourself, because you can build things, physical things, you can build robots, you can do so much for more as with the correct tooling to keep bringing value and keep solving problems for the world. It's just not making sense to do so in a way where you're teaming up. People who are able to pay money are would rather, it's going to be cheaper to team up with robots and AI agentic systems, which I really feel is gonna, I don't know, hopefully very slowly, but it's disrupting the job market. At least in tech, it is right now. So the harder the problem, if the problem can't be solved by AI, then yeah, you do need a human. Um, so right now, I'm thinking, in a lot of sales jobs, there's certain trust factors. Um, those systems like AI voice operators are getting better as well. So what am I doing? Essentially, I'm creating content. Um, it seems that for our basic needs, for cars, housing, all of this, is quite monopolized by corporations, and they have everything they need, and therefore the remaining jobs are shifting until there is new high-paying jobs. I feel like this will be the way to go for everybody. Build some kind of problem solving engineering base, and then start building an audience, start creating your own business essentially, and realize that you can sell things that are valuable to you with the world without needing anybody. That's where I feel like the system is breaking, where we're so used to going to somebody else for our finances, and we're going to be forced to, especially after if robots roll out, going to be able to want to figure out what you provide to the world on your own without having to team up or pay somebody else. If you are going to pay somebody else, the only way it would be sustainable is if you paid them a good living, so that um, they're able to buy a house, they're able to live comfortably. But what's happening right now is there's less and less for humans to do that is worth anything to the corporate people who have the power, um, and the stocks. Now, I'm not saying that capitalism or stocks are bad inherently. Um, I just think we are potentially getting to a place where um, AI automation is rapidly going to make a huge problem for those who don't have the funds from the stocks, who aren't owners of companies, whether by the stock market or own their own company. Now, starting your own company has been a very risky endeavor, and it takes a lot of work. But I feel like the same way the AI will bridge that gap. So I'm tackling this slowly, one step at a time, and I did put a product out that technically puts out a roadmap on how to become an entrepreneur. However, it is it's still quite risky, and I feel like depending on who the person is, and there's so many variables to solve this problem, that we do need the higher level of agents and potentially a better education system to get the common person to be able to sell for themselves and trade for value. Um, but I do feel the tension, and I just wanted to make content about it. I do think that, again, learning to solve problems with the help of AI and robots is going to be the skill that makes you keep up with the type of value that's going to be required to get paid well and to trade with the corporations that are available or you should really heavily invest in stocks, so that you can, you know, pay your dues that way. Let's see if there's anything else from this newsletter. Yeah, I am hoping for new jobs. I don't see them yet. I am searching for jobs myself right now, but the developer positions seem pretty dead, especially at entry level. I do think if you're at the top of your field, it's gonna take a lot longer for you to stop seeing it. But I'm worried about the younger generation who graduates college, no AI skills, everything taught in college can be done by AI now. So who was hiring this kid? You know, I'm already beyond that. I'm 10 years beyond that. But, you know, I see, you know, I don't have the solution, but um, I do think that investing in your AI skills, picking up ClawdBot, and really paying these credits to use the same technology to provide value while you're sleeping, build stuff while you're sleeping. This seems to be the new way of work until it's made easy for everyone, or unless corporations decide to jump off that bandwagon. Maybe we could sustain things, but the math is a math thing. So if you're interested in learning more and staying up to date, visit agenticentrepreneurs.com. It's my school group. And this video is now over. Thanks for watching.